All right, good morning. So today we're going to start with some power flows. We're going to start seated and then we will try standing after. If standing's too much, then you can do the second round seated again, okay? So let's review slowly first our power moves and then we will put them together, okay? So first start with the feet apart. I like to nice wide fingers and hands on the thighs. You're gonna lean forward, bring that chest forward, sit up nice and tall, stretch back. So this is our power up. Good. Next, we're gonna review our rock. So reaching over the side, but trying to straighten that same leg, coming back, switching sides, straightening that leg, come back. Good. Next, we have our twist. So arms out wide. We're turning our whole body, including our hips, to the side, opening back up. Then we're switching sides. Good. Opening back up. For our step today, I want to do a step with an arm reach out to the side. Big step out, reach out to the side. Okay. So for the three last ones, we're going to do one on each side. A power up is just one. So we're going to put that all together, okay? Hopefully I'll be consistent with what side I go, but no promises, okay? So everyone to count out loud. We're going to try 10 in a row. All right, ready? And down, up, good. Reach, reach, good. And now we're twisting. Open up, twist, open up. Feet together, step and reach, good. Back together, step and reach, good. That is one. Down, up, reach, good. Reach. Now we're twisting. Open up, twist, open up. Now we're stepping and reaching, back together, step and reach, back together. That's two. Down, up, reach, reach. Good. Up nice and tall, and we're twisting. Don't forget those legs. Good. Now we're stepping and reaching. Nice big step, nice and tall. Good. That is three. Again, down, up, reach, reach. Sitting up nice and tall, twist, switch, good, step, step. That's four. Down, up, reach, reach. Open up, twist, twist. Good. Step, step. Good. That's five. Down, up, reach, reach. Now we're twisting. Good. Nice big arc of motion. Big step. Good. Exaggerate those movements. Switch. Six. I'm going to go a little bit faster, okay? Ready? Down, up, reach, reach. Good. Twist, twist. Good. Step, step. Seven. Down, up, reach, reach. Good. Twist, twist. Now we step, step. Eight. Two more. Down, up, reach, reach, twist, open, twist. Good. Step, back together, step. Good. One more. Down, up, reach, reach. open up, twist, open up, twist. Good. Step, step. Good job, everyone. Hopefully that got us warmed up, our heart's pumping. I do want to try, if you're able, maybe three of those consecutive together, standing. So if you are not standing, you can do the same thing seated, what we just did. We're going to do 3 more. Standing if you can. If you need the chair either to the side or in front of you, please do. Okay. I'm just moving the chair next to me, so hopefully you can see my movement. Let's do a quick review here. So like a squat down, power up, then we're reaching, opening up, twisting, making sure we're getting that hip motion. And then I want to do a step kind of forward and out to the side, step forward and out to the side. Okay, so let's try putting 3 of those together. Are we ready? Good. Down, up, reach, open up, twist, open up, twist. Good. Now we're stepping. 1, good. Down, power up, reach, open up, twist, open up, twist. We're stepping next. Step. That's 2, good. Down, up, reach, open up, twist, open up, twist. Good. And step. Very good. Thank you for trying it standing with me if you were able. Okay, we have some fun things for today. We are going to start seated or standing. You can do these either seated or standing. We're going to do a circuit. Okay. I am going to show them seated first, but then I will do them standing the second and third rounds of the exercises, okay? So you can remain seated if you'd like throughout, but if you want to try it standing or sitting, you may do so, okay? So I'm going to grab my hand weights. You can grab cans of soup if you need, or if you want nothing at all, that is okay too. So we're going to do seated jumping jacks, but half jumping jacks, okay? So you're going to go up one side, step out the other, okay? So if you're standing, it's going to look like this. You're doing a step and like a reach overhead, like you're doing a snow angel, but only half a snow angel. Same thing if we're sitting, okay? So that's our first exercise, okay? Next, sitting, you're going to put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Let's see if I can get a better view for you guys of my feet. So like this is if you're stepping forward but reaching forward with your opposite arm. So if my left leg's going forward, I'm bringing my right leg back and my right hand's going forward. Okay, so it's opposite arm, opposite legs, kind of like you're running forward, sitting in a seat, okay? If you're standing, you're going to do a step forward, opposite arm lift, okay? Like so. Okay. Our third exercise, you are going to do a side step with a punch across towards that leg that just stepped. So big step out to the side, opposite arm is going to cross over and punch towards that leg, okay? So let's practice that one. Out, punch, back in. So step out, opposite arm is punching, stepping back in. So same movement if you're standing, you do a step out, the opposite arm is gonna punch, and then you come back in. Step out, punch across, back in, okay? Our last one is to help with the posture muscles. We're gonna do a bent over row. So hinging from the hips, which means you're gonna pretend your spine is like a board. You're gonna lean forward, weights down to the side, and then you're gonna pull back kind of towards your pockets, okay? So if you see me from the side here, I'm leaning forward from here, pulling back, okay? So that is our fourth exercise of the series. So like I said, I will start seated, show you 1 or 2 rounds there, and then I will end standing. You guys can do whatever you'd like, whatever's challenging for you, but also safe.
Can you tell me how to do if you are standing, the fourth one?
The fourth one standing, yes.
Yeah.
So if you are standing here, you're gonna kind of bring your hips back.
Okay.
And then pull back like so.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, yes, I forgot that one. Okay, so we're gonna go for a minute of work and we have 20 seconds rest, okay? Let's begin. All right, ready? Let's start with those half jumping jacks. Good. If you're sitting in a chair, try not to lean back on the chair. I want to make sure you guys are alternating each side. If you're sitting, really try to make sure you're straightening that knee, getting a nice big step, really trying to stretch out. If you're standing and you need a chair in front of you for your balance, please do so. Good, everyone. Seeing some nice big movements. If I'm going too slow, you guys can speed it up. If I'm going too fast, go at a pace that's somewhat challenging. Good. Good, and rest. Okay. Next, we have the forward step with the opposite arm lift, okay? So remember, if you're staying seated, one foot's gonna go forward, one foot's gonna go back. Opposite arm up. And go. Good. Switch. So whichever leg is forward, I want your opposite arm forward. So when we walk, hopefully we're getting some arm swing. Our opposite arm goes with our leg. Really exaggerate that movement. Good. This is hurting the shoulders. You can always let go of the weight. Good. If you're standing, it's going to be more like one foot goes forward, one stays back at your starting spot. If you're sitting, I want you to try to get the one foot under the chair, one foot forward. Good, almost there. Good, and rest. Okay, next we have our step out to the side with opposite arm punching towards that leg, okay? Get your breath. All right, we ready? Big step out, punch, bring it back in, step, punch towards that side, back in. So I'm switching every time. Good, step out, punch towards that side. Really reaching over, trying to turn my body, trying to get as much motion as I can. Good, step, punch. Good, bring it back, step, punch. Good. Good, everyone. Keep it up. If you don't have weights in your hand, you can try keeping those fingers wide apart, stretching them. You want to try to make a fist too as you're punching. That is okay as well. Good, rest. Okay, we got one more, then our first circuit is done. So our last one is that bent over row, okay? If you're standing, you're still trying to hinge at the hips and lean forward. We're gonna try to squeeze those shoulder blades together, okay? Good, and pull back. So I am not really looking up at my computer screen because I wanna keep my neck in a kind of neutral position. So I'm looking at like a foot or so in front of my toes, just so my back and neck are not strained. As I'm pulling back, I'm really trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good. Keep it up, everyone. Good. This one's challenging to do for a minute. Almost there. 10 more seconds. And rest. Woo, circuit. The first round is done. So if you guys need some water, need to, catch your breath, please do. We'll start in about a minute for round 2. So for this second round, I am going to try it standing, okay? If you want to stay seated, you can stay seated. If you need a chair close to you, please do so. If you are able to stand, I would challenge you to try it seated because you'll notice that you have to move a little bit different, at least one of the rounds. We've got 2 more to go. Okay. All right, everyone ready? Okay, we're gonna start with those half jumping jacks. Good. So step out, reach over. Again, if you need a chair, you can always hold on with the hand that's not reaching above head. If you are sitting, make sure that knee is staying straight as you stretch out. If you need to pick a spot on your floor as a target to really aim for something to move nice and big, please do so. I have tile here, so I'm trying to at least make sure I step out 1 or 2 squares. Good, everyone. 10 more seconds. And rest. Good. Okay, next we have those forward steps. Working on that arm swing. All right, and let's go. So step forward, opposite arm goes up, then we're stepping back into place. Again, if you need a chair in front of you or next to you, please do so. This one, you might need the chair on the side just because you are stepping forward. Good. So at home, if you're doing this, I want you to try counting by 3s as you step forward. So it'll be like 3, 6. Good. Keep counting. Going up by 3s. Work that brain. Good. Good. All right, and rest. All right. Next, we have our side step with our crossover punch, okay? So this one is still moving opposite arm and leg, but you are going to be punching towards the side that you're stepping to, okay? Ready? Big step out. Punch that way. Bring it back in. Out. Punch. Back in. You can get some rotation in your back as you punch. Please do. Step back. Good. Keep switching every time. Step and punch. Good, everyone. Step and punch. Good. Halfway done. Good. Almost there. Nice big steps. Big punches too. And rest. Good. Okay, next we have those rows. You can always do one at a time, so you can hold on to the chair. Do one at a time. If you need to hold on to something, that is fine. If that's the case, I'll let you know halfway through. All right, so let's lean forward, straighten those elbows, pull back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. If you want, you can alternate arms, but you still got to try to squeeze that shoulder blade back. Good. Keep it up. And squeeze. Good. If you're doing one arm at a time, you can switch arms. Good. Making sure our hips are back. Not really arching our back. Keeping it straight. Good. Pulling back. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Almost there. 10 seconds. Almost there. Keep pushing. Good. And rest. All right. Round 2 done. Good job, everyone. I'm going to grab a sip of water here. We have one more round of that, and then we will do another circuit, okay? I'm going to stay standing during this third one. If you want to stay seated during it, it will be the same exact movements we've been doing, but you will be in a seated position, okay? So I'm not changing anything. I might change my speed the last 10 to 15 seconds, trying to push how fast we're moving. Do it if you can, but if you do it safely, okay? All right, let's get started. Round 3. All right, ready? Step out, reach overhead, switch. Good. Half snow angels or jumping jacks. Good, everyone. Looks like everyone's alternating sides. Looks great. Nice big steps if you can. Good, almost there. All right, I'm going to speed it up. Good. Only if you can safely, okay? Final push. Good, and rest. All right, next we have that forward step with opposite arm lift, okay? Take some nice deep breaths. We will start in 5 seconds. All right, ready? Step forward, lift opposite arm, switch legs, switch arms. Good. So how big you take a step matters here. So if you can take a little bit bigger step, it might put you in a lunge position. But you got to be able to come and step back. If balance is really challenged, you can take a step forward and kind of out to the side to give you a wider base. Because if you step straight forward, your base of support is very narrow. So if you need to put that front leg out to the side, please do. All right, last couple steps. Speed it up. And rest. Good, everyone. All right, next, and my favorite of the 3 is the side step with that crossover punch, okay? Make sure you have some room. All right, ready? Side step, punch, bring it back. Side step, punch, bring it back. Good. Step, punch. Good. Step, punch. Good. You can try to make it one nice fluid movement. So as you're stepping, leaning into that punch, that'll make it a little bit harder. Instead of doing 2 separate tasks, you're trying to do one nice big motion. Good. Step and punch. Step and punch. All right, I'm going to speed it up, okay? Last 10 seconds. If you can safely. Good, everyone. Rest. Okay, 1 more to go. And then this circuit is done for. Almost there. We have our bent over rows, okay? I will let you know halfway through if you're doing one at a time, okay? So hinging forward at those hips, pulling back, good. So squeeze those shoulder blades together. Kind of aim your hands for the side of your pockets. Good. Good, down and up. If this hurts your back, 1, try to squeeze that tummy so your core is engaged. 2, you can always try it seated. It might give you a little bit more support. Switch arms if you're doing 1 arm at a time. Good, almost there. About 15 more seconds. Good. And done. Awesome job, everyone. All right, you guys can have a seat. So for this second circuit, you can either do it on the ground. We're going to do a lot of kneeling, or you can do it seated, okay? So if you want to make your way to the ground, please do so. I have like a mat or a foam pad that I'll be kneeling on. If you feel like you need a pillow or something to kneel on, please do so, okay? So I'm going to set that up real quick, but as that happens, I'm going to show those seated exercises. So if you are staying seated during this circuit, please pay attention because I'm going to show you your exercises, okay? So this one might look familiar. It is going to be a power up, okay? So like we did this morning, up like so. You can change directions of the arms. You can go up nice and high if you want. And then you can go down low if you want, okay? So that is one. Next, we're gonna take our weights if you have it. I like to hold each side like this, okay? We're gonna be doing, it's called the chop, but it's a diagonal lift this way. And then I want you to switch pockets and go up diagonal this way, okay? So as the weight's down, you're switching over, crossing above head, switch, cross above head, okay? Then our third one, you're gonna be doing a march with the opposite overhead, okay? So opposite legs, kind of like you're climbing up a ladder, like so, okay? And then last one, you are going to do a curl, rotate the weights, okay? And then lift up and then turn them, good. So you're gonna start palms up, curl, kind of turn so your wrists are facing the sides of your head, up, turn, down. So palms up, turn, lift up, and then down, okay? If you are going to be kneeling, which I will be during this, let me get this so you guys can see me. We're gonna be doing very similar exercises, okay? All right, so for kneeling, our first exercise is going to be leaning forward, then coming up like so, down, up, okay? Our second one will be that chop, switching sides, chopping, switching sides, making sure you're squeezing your bottom so your bottom isn't sticking out, okay? Then this next one, hands will be down on the ground. I want you to try to extend opposite arm, opposite leg, like so. And then lastly, it's that same, it's gonna be a curl with a lift, okay? But you will be in a kneeling position. It will use other muscles versus a seated position. Are we ready? Okay, we're gonna start with those power ups. Okay, ready? Down, up. Good, everyone. Try squeezing those shoulder blades together as you come up. Good. So, to make it more interesting, I want everyone, starting with 100, to count down by threes. So let's start with 100. Good. 97. 94. Good. You keep going. I don't want to give away the answers. Every time you come up, though, keep that sequence. Good. And rest. Okay. Next, we have our chop, okay? So I'm going to grab a weight. If you're not grabbing weights, you can always hold your own hand. Come down. Switch. Okay? Ready? So pick a pocket. Diagonal, lift up. Switch pockets. Up. Switch pockets. Good. So we're alternating every side. I'm going to give you guys some math problems to solve while we're doing this. You guys can answer at home. What is 5 times 5? Hopefully you answered correctly. 25. All right, what's 10 minus 7? Good. Hopefully you answered 3. What's 3 times 3? Hopefully you answered 9. What about 9 minus 7? Good. Hopefully you did 2. 2 times 8. Good. We got 16. Good. And rest. Okay. Next, we have our opposite arm, opposite leg. So if you're sitting, you're doing the lift overhead. If you're on hands and knees, you're doing opposite arm, opposite leg extensions. All these bird dogs, okay? All right, ready? Good. So opposite arm, opposite leg. If you're sitting, you're punching up towards the ceiling and marching the other leg like you're going up a ladder. All right, while we're doing this one, I want you guys to, starting with December, to name the months of the year backwards. So let's start December, then say it out loud, November. Then what do we have after that? October. Good. September. Keep going. Almost there. Good. And rest. Okay. Our last one is our curl with our lift, okay? We're really getting those shoulders today. Okay, ready? Palms up, curl, kind of rotate those arms, punch up, rotate, back down. So palms up, palms in, up, rotate. Good. So bend elbow, turn, up, down. Good. All right. During this one, let's stick with months of the year. Starting with January, I want you to skip every other month naming. So let's start January, March, May. Good. Keep going with that pattern. Say your answers out loud. That one should be quite easy to get through because if you're skipping everyone. Good. All right. And rest. Okay. That was circuit number 1 done. We have 2 more to do of that one. You need to, make sure if you're sitting not leaning on the back of the chair. That way you can use some core and posture muscles. If you need to make any adaptations, like if you're kneeling and coming forward too much is too hard, you can put a chair in front of you. You can like hold on to the chair and come up, okay? So you'd put it in front of you though, okay? I just wanted to show. All right, let's start round 2, everyone, okay? We're gonna start with those power-ups, okay? Ready, down, up, good, down, up. All right, during this, I want you guys to name vegetables. So every time you come up, name a vegetable. I'm thinking of a bunch in my head as I go. Think of different kinds of greeny leaves. If you can imagine you're in a grocery store, that always helps me. Every time you come up, nice and loud at home, name a vegetable. Good, down, up, almost there. Hopefully we didn't run out of vegetables. Think of maybe any Thanksgiving vegetables you just had. Good, and rest. All right, next we have is our chop or diagonal lift overhead, switching each side. So I'm gonna grab my weight. You can always, just hold your own hand. Ready, pick a pocket, up and down, switch, up and down. All right, every time you chop up, I want you guys to list a fruit, okay? Say it out loud at home. Really try to challenge your brain. Doing two things at once is way harder than doing one thing. So if you slow down, that's okay. But try answering those fruits. Think of different types of berries. Don't forget melons. Again, if you need to imagine yourself in a grocery store, or if you're making a smoothie, that might help. Almost there. Keep naming those fruit. Good, and rest. Okay, next we're gonna do our bird dogs on all fours. If you're sitting, you're doing the punch with the overhead lift, like so, okay? All right, let's begin. Good, so opposite arm, opposite leg for this one. All right, next I want you guys to name desserts. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe sweet tooth will be an advantage for this one. So try naming a dessert every time you lift. They can be of the chocolate variety. They can be anything from like a bakery. Good, just get that brain going. Good. All right. Hopefully you guys were able to name some delicious things. I know I had a list going in my head. All right. Last one we have is our curl with our lift overhead. All right. Ready? Curl, rotate, punch up. Good. Rotate down. So curl, turn those forearms, punch up, come down, rotate it back. Good. All right, let's name colors. So they can be basic colors like purple, blue. They could also be fancy colors like salmon, periwinkle. Try naming colors though as you go, okay? Good. Think of different types of shades of different colors. Good. Okay, and rest. Done with round 2. Woo. All right. We have one more round to go, okay? And then we will do our cool down. So I'm going to remain kneeling, okay? If you need to remain seated, remain seated. If you want to join me on the ground, please do so. It just challenges different muscles. But as long as you can get down here safely and get back up, that's very important, okay? All right, we got about 20 more seconds, and then we will start. So if you are kneeling, making sure that your bottom is tucked under you, okay? Like your, I don't know, blocks on top of each other, because that'll help strengthen the hips, okay? All right, let's get started. We're gonna start with those power ups again. I will give you another task to name as you power up, okay? All right. All right, down, up, good. All right, for this next one, I want you to name states of the USA, okay? So obvious one is Michigan. Try thinking of a map maybe that might help you, or places maybe you've traveled or want to travel to, or maybe places that you have family or friends that might help you name some states. But every time you come up, naming a different state. Good. Hawaii, Iowa. Good. Every time you come up, try naming a different one. If it slows you down, that's okay. And rest. Good. Okay. All right, next one we have our chop. Okay. Switching sides each time. Hopefully everyone's knees are doing okay. So I grabbed a pillow. Ready? So up, down, and switch. All right. For this next one, let's name different countries. So hopefully your guys' geography is at least decent. Think of anywhere in Europe, Africa, Asian countries, but every time you lift, try to raise up. I don't know if thinking of different languages helps. You can think of the countries that speak those languages, or big tourist cities, you know what countries those are from. Just little tips. Good. Switch. Good. And rest. Okay. Next we have our opposite, lift and leg lift. I will be kneeling doing bird dogs. So opposite arm, opposite leg extensions. All right. Ready and begin. Good. All right, for this next one, I want you guys to name things that have wheels on it. My first thought is a car. It can be any type of automobile. It can be something that maybe helps you with yard work. It can be any type of maybe like a kid's toy. But try naming stuff that has wheels, okay? I thought of a unicycle. I don't know why. I guess that's just one wheel, but it counts. I'm going to say it counts. Good. Switching each side. Almost there. Good. All right. One more. We have our curl and our overhead lifts, okay? And one more brain game. So everyone put your thinking caps back on. All right, we're curling, twisting, lifting. All right, I want you guys to name animals. So every time you're lifting up, try thinking of another animal. I always imagine I'm at the zoo. That always helps me. Or you can think of pets, exotic or not. It's to help. Most people like dogs, but you can think more like, I don't know, a zebra. Good. Almost there. Keep naming those animals. Try not to repeat. Good. And we are finished with our circuits. All right, so I'm carefully going to come up. If you need a chair to come up, please use one. We will end up in a minute or two going back to our chairs to do some stretching, okay? All right, good job, everyone. If you need some water, please grab some. We'll do some stretching. Okay, so let's start. Arms out to the side, taking 5 deep breaths in. So breathe in as you reach overhead. Breathe out as you come down. So breathe in, breathe out. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one. Breathe in, breathe out. Very good. All right, let's try bringing one shoulder over the other, stretching that shoulder. We did a lot of shoulder exercises today, especially if you had some weights. They might be a little bit sore later. Time will tell. Let's do some wrist circles while we're here. Get some wrist mobility. If you are kneeling, you probably put some pressure through those wrists with those power ups or those bird dogs. So make sure they stay mobile. Good. All right, rest. We're going to switch sides. So bring that other arm over, pulling it. Try to stretch the back of that shoulder. Try adding some wrist circles here. You can do it either in a fist or wide open fingers. Good. All right. Carefully put that arm down. Let's do some shoulder circles here. I want you guys to really try to feel all the edges of the circle as you come forward and up and then down and back. Your arms might move with the shoulders, and that's okay. They are connected. So up and back, really feeling that stretch. Good. All right, whichever direction you were going, let's switch. So now I'm going to go forward because I was going backwards. Really feeling those shoulder blades, getting some motion. Good. And rest. Okay. If you can, let's try bringing one knee up to the chest. You can either grab the outside of the knee or behind the thigh. Okay. If you're able, let's do some ankle circles here. If holding the knee up to the chest is too challenging, you can still practice those ankle circles sitting in the chair. Good. Switch directions. Good. Slowly lower that leg down. All right, let's switch legs. So bringing it up to the chest, trying those ankle circles here. Good. Switch directions if you can. One direction always feels more normal to me. Not sure if anyone else feels that way. Good. Okay. If you're able to, grab that other leg, bring it across here. So if that knee is able to come down a little bit to stretch, please do so. I want it to feel like a moderate pull. Okay. If you don't feel a stretch, you can always lean forward with your chest. That should stretch the back of the hip out a little bit more. If you're already feeling it, you can stay seated upright. Good. All right. Carefully bring that leg down. Let's try the other side. So crossing over, you might notice a difference side to side. That's okay. If you need more of a stretch, you can always try to lean forward a little bit. I know on what side I'm doing right now, I automatically feel more of a stretch. Whatever feels like a moderate pull to you. Good. All right, carefully come up. All right, last thing is we'll stretch out those hamstrings on the back of the thigh. So I like to sit at the edge of the chair, straighten one knee out in front of me. Now I'm going to tip forward like we did with our rows, keeping my back straight, but trying to feel a pull anywhere from the back of my knee up to my sit bone. Good. So as you're stretching, it might feel less intense, then you can lean a little bit more forward if it does. Now we still want like a moderate high intensity stretch here. Something that you can tolerate holding. Good. All right, slowly make your way up. All right, we're switching sides. So other knee straight, back up nice and tall. And then you're going to lean forward, keeping that back straight, but leaning kind of with your chest forward first, feeling that stretch on the back of the leg. You also might notice side to side changes and how intense the stretch is, and that is okay as long as each side's getting a good pull. That is what matters. All right, carefully come up. All right, that is all I have for class today. If you need to stretch anything else, feel free to do it. Keep the body moving. Thank you everyone for joining and participating today.